Dani for danicctutorials, and today I'm gonna show you how to make Queen Barb from the Trolls World Tour new movie. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell button for notifications on new videos. And we are going to start with her face. I'm using air dry clay, but you can use any type of clay, fondant, any material. Just adapt, what you can do. I'm using the picture as always as a reference. I think it's really helpful when you have the picture, what you're doing right in front of you. I like to print it better than see on my phone. I marked where the eyes are going to be, and she has very thick eyebrows, like very high, and she has this bump between her eyes and the forehead. Then if you look now, it looks like the face is upside down, but it's not. I thought that about, and then when I put the eyes, I look and it's like, okay, something is wrong. Why she has that? But in the end, it looks good. I will leave the printable for those eyes on my Facebook. And then if you want to buy you the resin, you can find them at my Etsy store. But if you just want to print and use my video and do yourself, you can find on my Facebook templates folder. So I use the tool to get the excess from the bottom up to start making her nose. She has a very triangle nose going very in the middle of the face, and I'm marking the sides. As you can see now, even with that bump between their eyes, then we have the nose on the bottom. It kind of looks a little more normal. And then I'm just over marking that brown bone, just because her eyebrows are very visible, I would say. And now I am going to start open up her mouth. If you're starting with a whole process or modeling, sculpting, whatever you want to call, I would say for you to start with the mouth closed, because it's easier than try to make teeth and all that jazz. But if you want to try, I give you a thumbs up and do try. But you can use the same tutorial and change a little bit. It's totally okay. So I'm just gonna open the mouth and be sure that I'm not losing the corners of the nose when you do that. Actually, you always need to go back and check your face, because you're holding it and you're moving it around, you're putting stickers, you're squishing eyes. So as you see, I always go back to see if everything is in place. Now I'm just marking the bottom lips and marking the sides of the smile to give that cricket, dirty rock and roll face. And now with two little balls of the same size, we are going to start making her ears. I want to make her ear right now. I normally wait for making the hair, but since her hair is not going to be with clay and her ears have earrings on it, I wanted to make it now so it's a little bit drier when I go. So you start with the teardrop shape, and you flatten out, and you put it on the face, and then you use your tool to already make the hole, and make that ear stays there. So make the teardrop shape, you flatten out a little bit, put it on the face, right, and line up for the eyes. And then you get any rounded tool you have, and then push down right there where the hole will be. I'm not making a lot of details, is a troll, is not a person. So I'm not going to worry too much. Just fold it up, look at the picture, and try to put it position whatever you want her to look. And now we're going to start her little tiny body. She has a black pants, but I will do that with pink, and I'm just squishing it there to look like underwear, like that V. It's an upside down triangle shape where the legs are going to be. And I'm just going to mark an indentation for the belt. If you guys haven't watched Troll, we watched Troll the world tour with the kids, and it's pretty cute, and she is very cute too, so I decided to make her instead Poppy, because you probably can find thousands of videos on YouTube that make her. We're going to make a roll for the legs. I just like to mark a little bit indentation, just a tiny one, and then another one to separate the foot and the leg. Is just because it's a troll, so it's a very fatty little foot, and it's easier just to mark that and play around the clay than try to make everything smaller, because you don't want to make the leg thinner. You just want to make a little bit of a separation. So measure a new picture, cut the excess off, roll it on the table to see if everything is okay. And we're going to make the same thing on the other side. And now I'm going to show you how to make the arms. Is the same thing. Make a roll, and then we're going to cut a V shape, just like that. Separate the thumb. And now you are going to start separating the fingers. She has 4 fingers. And each, like, normally the hands are the same, but she's making the rock and roll sign in one of the hands. So we're going to need to, you know, make them be in a different way. So one, I'm just going to separate the fingers and curl like that. Like she just, you know, had the hands down. But the other one is the one that we need to take care of it a little bit and make it very pretty. So this one we're going to set on the side, and we're going to start with a very thick part of the clay on top of it, because then gives us a lot of play time with the clay. And we're going just to cut the fingers, put the middle one down, and then close the thumb right there. The same thing than we did in the first one. We just position them a little differently. Here we go. We have both of them. I was looking for something to make her net on her legs. And then I saw this. This came with my oranges, actually. And I looked at that in the kitchen. And I was like, oh my God, it's perfect for what I want. So, and it's brown. Actually, it's not black. But I tried to paint it. It didn't work. So just use the color you have. And then I cut it a piece. And gently, I will try to use crazy glue on the back to pin them together. Just be careful with your fingers. And then one side, she has a big hole on it, like it was, you know, broken or messed up. And now we open a little bit of clay, and we're gonna separate some stripes to make the bracelets. So I'm just gonna let them dry a little bit on the foam. And now I made a very tiny snake, and I'm gonna curl like that for the earrings. And I open a bowl with, you make it like a mushroom, and the eyes, she has a little skull like on the belt. And it's so tiny, it's really hard for me to show you guys, but make it like a mushroom shape and make those 2 eyes. And now I am just marking one of those 2 large big stripes for the belt, because the belt is like all a little marked. So you can see, sorry, the camera was a little bit out of focus because I will probably trying to see very close. And then we're gonna put black. Now then the head is a little bit drier. If you're starting, let it dry before you do that, so you don't mess it up, because I mess it up. As you can see, it's a mess up there. To don't get the black all over the place. And now we are going to make little white balls and start making the teeth. Don't you worry too much about the bottom, like I'm squishing the excess to the black, because we're not gonna see it, but try already to give a little shape. Looking at the picture, her teeth are not straight, as like one smaller than the other. So try look at the picture and simulate that, but it's not gonna be perfect the same, but we can try as best as we can. And the excess we just hide under the top one. The top one, since it's on the top, I'm just gonna put the whole strip on it. Then you can do that to the bottom too. I just want to kind of show different ways. And then I'm going to mark and separate the teeth I wanted to put the bottom first because it's very clear in the picture that the bottom line a tooth, like the teeth are very backwards. So I wanted to do that first. But you can, even if you're starting, just put one whole one and separate the lines. I opened a little piece of white as thin as I could, but not too thin to be see-through or start ripping apart, even though we're gonna mess it up. So we're gonna make holes, make a little cracks, and mess that up, that shirt. She has a very rock and roll shirt and has holes everywhere, is, you know, with little streams coming out, and that's what we're gonna make. No reason or rhyme, just make it look very rock and roll. I am just using something, I think it's a ruler or something, just to get the bottom part of the shirt all stretchy and raggy. I'm going to put that one that we made the lines, that's the belt, before I put the shirt on, and I will leave the where the two parts get together, where I'm going to put the skull, so we don't see, you know, them. And we put the skull first. And don't forget that this one, you need to paint silver. The belt and the skull are silver, but I wanted to put the video for you guys, so I didn't let it dry completely. I could not paint yet. So just remember to paint that silver. And now we're gonna place the little t-shirt. Cut the excess at the back. And just grab the pieces, put it over, because it's supposed to be messed up. Cut the excess on the top. And you see that I'm leaving a little bit there, just to give more like a t-shirt feeling. Now I'm making little balls on the other one, because she has that little metal bracelet. So I decided, since I don't have silver clay, of course, I am going to use white, let it dry, and then paint in silver just after I was going to paint the belt. That's why I remember right now. That's why the order of the video. I made a bunch of little skinny snakes, as you can see, and I cut it in small pieces and I let it dry. That's why I do not have the video, because I made this like 2 days before I start making her, to let it dry completely. And then I'm just going over the sticker at the eyes and placing there. You can just paint or put something else, but her eyelashes on the picture, they are very thick and like a spider, you know, like a little arms of a spider. So I want it to be thick and dry completely before I use, and that's what we're gonna do. And you just going over all around. You can use a little toothpick to pre-make the holes. Sometimes it's easier, since on the bottom part even is easier to use the toothpick, because you need to go under the sticker of the eyes and you don't want to move that out of place. So it's easier to pre-make the hole. And then we are done with two sides. Put then a little open, you know, like not just be stuck looking forward. You want, you know, to be like eyelashes coming out. And then we're gonna place the ear. The clay is kind of dry, but not too dry, because you still need to close it on her ear. So don't leave to dry completely, or you're not gonna be able to close the earrings. And now anything furry you have, little, this is like the hair, I think. Then I bought it for dolls, and I just had a white, and she has this red hair. The easiest way I saw it was like to scrape the chalk pastel on top of it and mix it up. I was using my fingers, it didn't work. So this is the best way. Just put it like a bunch of chalk on top of it and just play around. I'm gonna make a hole, and then we're gonna place her mohawk right there. I actually, after I make the video and everything, I decided to spray hairspray on the mohawk and then cut it a little bit like straighter. And I will put my picture after the hairspray to see if you guys like better on my Instagram. So please go there and see it, and you guys can do it too. It's just spray hairspray, make a mohawk, and then cut, you know, the top around it. And I am making her shorts in black. Now that she is all dry, I am using chalk pastel and a fluffy brush to start giving that dark, smoky eyeshadow on her. As you can see, this is not really smoking it because I didn't let it dry completely. So as always, I say wait for your clay to be completely dry before you try to use any powder. But I was so excited because I want to share the video with you guys, so I didn't really wait, and I regret that right now because it's kind of patchy, and it doesn't look the way it's supposed to look in my head. So it's way too dry completely, and then you do that, it's gonna look more like makeup than a mess. But it looks good because she's a rock star, so it doesn't really matter. But always wait for your clay to be completely dry before you do that. And yes, some of the eyelashes are gonna come off because you don't want to put too much glue, because then you're not gonna be able to use the chalk pastel. So just make some extras like I did, and if it breaks or fall off, you just put another one. Gonna glue the bracelet on her. As you can see, I remember to paint the bracelet silver. I just didn't remember to paint the belt silver. And I'm sorry, I know I just like this quarantine. I'm working full-time. My husband's working full-time. I have 4 kids that now I need to do at school, and they need to do homework. So the triplets are in 2nd grade, and my oldest is in 5th grade. So it's not like kindergarten, just playing. You know, we need to make them do work every day and talk to the teachers and call for attendance. And it's just a lot of things happening in my brain, and I'm going crazy. And the craft is what makes me feel relaxed, so I want to make it, but sometimes, you know, it's just a lot of happening. I just place all her body parts on her and placing her on the guitar. I made that guitar on cardboard and just painted top of it. If I actually made the video for it, if you guys want to see the video, please leave me a comment down below, and I will totally show you guys. It looks pretty cool, and she's pretty rock and roll. I hope you guys like this tutorial. I hope everybody's safe and sound at home. Let's, you know, kill this virus for once and for all. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I talk to you on my next tutorial. Bye.